In this episode, Beth, the head chef here at Millyways, steps out of the kitchen and drops by booth 42 for a spirited chat.
She serves up tales of life on the kind and brutal planet Hairnetlandia, where their main passion aside from cooking is lobbing off heads.
So roll up your towel into a pillow, lean back, and
Prepare to learn about some new specials on the menu and why you don't cook your own.
Shut up and sit down.
Welcome once again to the Hitchhikers and Appetizers podcast, coming to you from booth 42 at Millyways, the restaurant at the end of the universe. I am, of course, Horatio Zinn, and here's my co-host Trellis Gardeen to make up for me.
Thank you, Horatio. Horatio, why are you wearing your napkin over your head? Are you playing peekaboo with your food?
Yes, I'm doing that. It's also a tribute. It's also a tribute to our guest. Don't think it's an official one. It's one I just improvised. I just came up with. I thought putting a napkin on my head. Oh no! Let me go back and say no. It's an old tradition on my planet to wear a napkin on your head. Does that sound better?
I kind of feel like this is more like a tradition of you didn't know what you were going to do because you didn't plan anything, and just at last second desperation, you threw a napkin on your head.
Yes, but that's really how most things happen on my home world. It's Connecticut. It's
Spur of the moment. You're living by the seat of your pants.
Yes.
When you actually remember to wear pants.
Yes.
You're wearing pants, aren't you?
Well, there's something covering my lower region, so yes, I assume those are pants.
Another napkin, I assume. I'm excited for our guest today.
I am excited to be with our guest. I don't know if I'm excited for our guest to be with us, but I'm excited for us to be with our guest.
Doesn't sound very hospitable.
Oh no, I'm excited. I don't know if they would be excited to be with us.
Oh, you're not sure of their level of excitement.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I'm sorry, I should clarify that.
Well, that I understand.
Yes, as you well should.
Well, then let's welcome our guest.
We have Beth, the head chef, here at Millyways. Welcome.
Well, thank you for having me, Horatio. Nice napkin.
Thank you. I picked it out especially for you, as far as you know.
It's one of you. You got it off the table.
Yes.
So why don't you just take that
Take it
thing
off.
off
I'll
it?
take it. How are you, Beth? That's what I want to know.
Well, it took you guys long enough to ask me to be on this show. I've been watching people go in and out of 42 and not eating all of my wham bam sauce. It makes me, I don't know, kind of sad and angry at the same time.
I apologize if we have been making you feel badly about not eating all of the food and the wham bam sauce especially.
No, I try to eat as much as possible.
Well, I'm the chef here, and for some reason or another, one would think you would come here to actually, I don't know, eat and not talk to other people and not eat anything.
Oh,
The last person that you had on, what did they order?
I think it was breadsticks.
Exactly. Breadsticks are free.
That's probably why they ordered so many.
They did eat a lot. Well, I mean, if it's going to be a never-ending basket of breadsticks, that's not really on us.
You think?
You need to put a limit on that. Perhaps if it's a bottomless.
Oh, now you're laying all of your cheapness
Yes.
in my cooking on me. Oh, it's my fault now. Oh, by the way, there's something I need to tell you guys.
Yes, please do.
Do tell.
I've been actually texting to my planet of Hairnetlandia, and they're absolutely convinced that I should. I don't want to be rude or anything, but lob someone's head off.
In some cultures, that's not considered rude at all. In others, it's a faux pas.
Well, in our culture, it's mandatory.
Oh,
If someone doesn't eat your food,
Slighted.
any particular slice.
Any slight. You know, I remember being on my planet before I came here to start cooking, and someone, wore white in the fall.
oh.
After 5 minutes of offending somebody, that white dress anymore.
More
No.
It was more greenish, gray. because it was somebody who was from another planet.
Didn't know the rules, didn't know the protocol.
Always know where you're going before you go.
That's part of our purpose here, is to fill in the guide, to give travelers out there some precursor.
Ergo, as some people would say, ergo,
If
you come here and you order food, you eat it.
That's my mistake.
I don't care if you don't like it.
Eat more of it.
I don't care if you're allergic to it or you have some kind of you double up and down on this.
Well, I'd have to apologize then, because I do have an infinity colon installed,
Yes.
Right.
which allows for, pretty much as much food as I want to put in me. And so I have not lived up to your expectations.
By the way, we have a new special.
Oh. Do tell.
Well, it's actually a combination of
Combo platter.
It's a combo platter that consists of the food from Menorca, which is pretty much beetles mixed in wham bam sauce.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Ooh.
Are they alive and swimming in it, or?
Of course they are.
Oh, lovely. Let them have a good time before they're consumed.
With, just as you know, just a touch of cumin.
Oh yes, that's
You
the
you
top.
can't put too much cumin on something.
Exactly. And I was going to name it after you, Horatio.
Oh, I'm honored.
Why does he get an appetizer named after him?
Because I'm large.
Look at him.
Yes, it's hard not to.
He will never get his head lobbed off in Hairnetlandia. Ever.
It would be also because it would be hard to scale the mountain to get to the head.
What if he wears that napkin on his head after in the fall, because it is white?
He apologized for it so immediately because that's called he's fat but with class.
Classy fatness. Classy obesity is what we call it.
Yes, I actually not only cook but also I help the entertainment, and I come up with names of the bands that play in the other room. So for all purposes, I'm the chef, and I make up names for bands, even though they might have a name already. It changes just for this space.
That's beautiful. I think that personalizes it.
Yes, I think so too.
Do you try to pair up that evening's dishes with the style of music being played?
Ooh.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I love pairing Universal Swing when I, have my gravies and hair sauce net dish together. It has a jazzy tone underscore to it. When it's more ethereal, eclectic from Mort's.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the Blade Morts. Yes.
The Morts are such a weird beard. Literally, weird beards.
They are weird. They're all just beards. They're beards, walking beards.
They're 90% beard and 10% being.
And then the rest is just a couple of googly eyes.
Yeah, but they know how to use that beard music.
Yes.
That eclectic beard music.
Yes.
Because initially they were called the Beards. And I was like, what a ridiculous. It's too linear.
It's right there in your face.
Come on.
What else?
Be more creative. I basically, when I cook, I put on the menu pretty much the regular stuff that's on the menu currently, but it has, bits and pieces of hair.
Wonderful. That's good for fiber.
Do you try to put things in there that would make it more difficult for someone to want to eat it then, just for the sheer pleasure of watching them suffer?
That would be fun.
I'm very apathetic when it comes to how people feel. I don't try to amuse myself.
Aha!
I try to amuse others with my food.
Do you try to amuse the other customers around those diners?
So example, when someone orders, an impossible dish.
Yes.
They try to mix 2 or 3 together or add things in or take things out. The waiter will go, no problem. He will come by, with this impossible order.
Yes.
He will say very loudly, have you ever thought about putting Hairnetlandia special in it? And most of the regular customers here, as you know,
They know.
Yes.
they know they don't want to eat.
No.
Stay on the menu.
Stay on the menu. Don't mess with the cook.
I try to be as reverent as possible with the cook because
You like to eat.
I like to eat, and I appreciate the effort you put in.
Now let's talk about your guests.
Oh, yes.
That you've had on before me, which actually is very offensive.
Oh,
I would like an apology quick.
I am so sorry, and I'm sure Trellis probably is as well.
Is there a specific guest that did not eat, or did they actually try to make a special order?
Oh no.
Over the last couple of weeks, I haven't seen anyone order anything.
Oh, it's just nothing.
Oh.
Nothing. They're just
no.
coming into the booth, talking to you, getting a glass of air. Yeah, I understand that some of them do need to live on air.
Yes.
So it's just, one glass with an oxygen mask and they're gone.
3 squares of air a day.
Well, they're having that complimentary air. Maybe perhaps should charge for the air.
There has to be a minimum to what you guys do in this booth. Be it as it may, I'm just glad that you guys actually order something every time you talk to these.
I have to, because I have to keep my strength up. I wouldn't want to pass out in the middle of an interview.
God, no.
I understand that that's rude. They taught us that in interview school. Do not pass out.
Do not pass out, and if you, back in the day when we had clips.
Oh, yes.
And you never ask for an old clip.
No. Only if you have something prepared that's embarrassing. To the other person.
On Hairnetlandia, if you did that, you could get your head lopped off.
Oh, my.
Like, I wasn't expecting this. Here, let me lop off your head.
Oh, I like that how you said it. Here, let me lop off your head. It's supposed to.
No, at least you say nicely. Yeah, you're asking.
That's very nice. That's very polite.
We're a very kind and brutal planet.
What a wonderful combination. Kind and brutal planet.
Kind in your brutality.
Also, we love to cook.
Is there a origin as to why Hairnetlandia has made lobbing off the head?
Well, it started back in the aughts.
Didn't everything.
And during the aughts, I guess one guy thought it was rude to, build over his terrestrial property line.
No.
And history states that if you build over a terrestrial property line, that the remedy is to put up stakes of their heads. So when the next person comes,
Yes.
they know, this person went over the terrestrial property line. This is the person who did it, and it's rude of them to do that.
Now, is there? I have to ask: is it just the stakes with the heads on them, or is there a sign there that says why?
Well, here's the thing: in Hairnetlandia, everybody knows because it's lore, it's history. It's like this planet's lore and history. Everyone knows it. They don't understand why it happens, but it just keeps going down from eon to eon to eon.
Status quo.
Yes.
Exactly. Thank goodness the beard guys here are much nicer. They just basically, just scrape their faces up against other faces, and it's uncomfortable.
Also, again, your hair, it's beautiful. It's like there are shells, the golden shells every so often.
It's lustrous.
Yes, it's incredibly difficult to maintain.
I can understand that.
It's the shining, it's the spritzing, it's the special oils that I can only get on the universal sites that are only for Hairnetlandians. It's like, if we want to go and get a special curl on our shelves, they give us a little box with our picture. It's always the prettiest Hairlandian on the box.
Oh, of course.
That's why I come from a much more relaxed place. Sign the idea. Fine. I'll just go and reach to the top shelf.
Yes.
I'll be nice. I don't want to lob anybody's head off. The need.
You're not taking the bait.
Exactly. The need.
Yes.
To be who I am.
Yes.
To lob someone's head off being a complete asshole.
Yes.
Is strong.
And that's one of the things we love about you.
It comes through in your cooking.
Yes, it really does.
Again, with the vinegar and cumin heads, as a kid, as a young Hairlandian,
Yes.
I just went, I could do this with other meats and vegetables and people if so desired, and take it someplace else and show the entire universe the cuisine and the fusion per se
Yes, yes.
of Hairlandian cuisine, which of course is vinegar, cumin, and all the goodness that comes with my wham bam sauce.
And there's so much more than just the head. It's really a waste to not use the entire body, right?
I agree.
Yes, yes.
Waste not, want not.
Oh, yes, beautiful.
Everything can be tasty if you add enough cumin to it, right?
Exactly.
Everything can have a taste.
Even Horatio might actually be edible.
Well,
Yes.
Here's the thing, Horatio.
Yes.
If I were to cook you, which I wouldn't, because
I appreciate that.
Why not? Why would you not?
well, he's a nice guy, and
Nice has nothing to do with taste.
Also, there's not an oven big enough.
well, I'm quite sure he tastes delicious considering he's been eating my food a lot.
I've been basting in it.
Pretty much.
But there's also the small thing of
There's nothing small about me.
no, there isn't. If I was to cook you,
Yes, yes.
first thing I would do is obviously lob your head off.
Oh, yes, yes,
Makes it,
yes.
it makes it a lot easier to get to. But because you are such a robust man,
Robust. I think I like that.
Fat adds flavor, they say. So he's all flavor.
well, but that's the thing. The thing is, like if you're cooking with that thing, I heard it's lore called bacon.
Bacon, yes, yes. They can make bacon from anything.
Horatio.
Yeah, so Horatio bacon. So the thing is, what I would do is there's so much fat content that,
Oh.
like with most different types of bacon, you sear it off and then you save it in a little jar
Yes, yes,
so you can go and make other food with it.
yes.
So instead of using regular oil, you have pretty much Horatio fat.
Horatio. Oh, I should market that.
You should start a line.
It's a lot of slicing going on with you, Horatio.
I would imagine
There
so.
would be a lot of slicing, and just to get back to the original meat from that fat. But the thing is, I would go and get for you. It wouldn't be a little bottle, I would get a vat.
Oh, at least one bat.
Horatio, fat vat.
Oh,
From there, I would market you here because you're such a regular.
yes. People know me whether they want to or not.
And yes, basted in Horatio, fat vat.
He'd be in the R Classics section for sure, I think.
Here's the thing, I couldn't.
I think-
Because you seem like a nice enough guy who eats the food. Now, I could cook Trellis.
Oh, Trellis would be fine. He would fit into the oven very easily too.
Lean,
He's very lean, very
lean.
Be on the diet, the dieter's menu. I bet the
Yeah, I see. Now my brain's. I'm looking at you, Trellis, as one tasty dish.
Ooh,
Also, though,
that-
beware.
I have been called that before.
A tasty dish. Is this your idea of flirting, or actually be wanting to be cooked by me?
It's much the same with Trellis. He just wants to be wanted.
Oh, Trellis.
Whether it's on a plate or
In my heart.
or in your heart, exactly.
But that's the thing. If I cook you and eat you, then you would literally be around my third heart. The Hairlandians have 3 hearts. One that's angry, one that's sympathetic, and the other that's
Just chilling.
That's the kind of bond it takes people years to build. But you could literally have that in how long do you think it would take to cook me?
I'm looking at you, leanness. First I lop your head off.
Right.
Of course.
Right. Of course.
That goes without saying.
Yeah, versus it's just the.
You could just
easier-
throw that away. Nobody wants to eat anything.
Well, no, I actually see that forehead. Is that a forehead? What is that?
One thing to be aware of on Trellis is how little is original parts.
That's true.
Oh, okay.
I could be considered a processed meal.
Yes.
Well, then, if that's the case, I would go and take all of your extra parts and probably process them through a grinder.
Right, that's the best way, really.
Right. I would probably go and, instead of putting cumin on you, you're not, I would definitely brine you.
Perfect.
But I would brine you in chipotle powder.
That's how I've always imagined him. Yes.
It is salt and chipotle powder.
Well, I hope I don't sneeze because I don't want to be blown away.
Oh, Trellis. Also, I'm sure they wear special sneeze guards in the kitchen.
Yeah. So anyway, chipotle and
Don't accuse her of being unprofessional like that, Trellis.
maybe go and put a little bit of oregano in there too, just as an extra kick.
Why not?
Let you go and sit in the kitchen for maybe about a day or two to go and really get the flavors to soak in.
Yeah. Well, don't dry age me because that's going to cause wrinkles.
Well, that's the thing. You're already dead and grounded, so you won't.
Oh, that's true.
But I still want to look good. I want to.
Well, no, you'll look fantastic.
Presentation is a very big part of the meal, and if that's, I want garnishes.
Trellis.
I want colorful sauces.
Trellis has you.
And a big plate.
Trellis.
I want.
Trellis.
Trellis, let her speak.
Trellis. Look at the plate in front of you that I came out with. Isn't that well plated? It's
Beautiful presentation.
Oh yeah, visually it is pleasing.
exactly. You will.
But I want to look better than that.
Well, the main thing with Trellis is to glaze him,
Yes.
much like he is in life. Just to glaze over whatever you finish with.
So you'll be grounded up, obviously, in chipotle and salt and oregano. But when I finally go and put you into my air fryer,
Oh, yes, lovely.
air fryers are the best.
They are.
They're the best. Yeah, I can get food out faster in an air fryer than our regular thing. And I put you in an air fryer.
And
Yes.
since I'm so lean, you don't have to worry about the grease and oil and fat having to cook up.
Exactly. So I basically take you out and you're grounded. And then what I would do is I would mold you back into what you used to look like.
Oh.
And then garnish the plate with radishes.
Oh, the radishes. That's
Is red really? Do you think red is my color though?
Yeah, I think so, especially when you're grounded up. I'm just, looking at it. It'll pop from the base paleness of you.
It could add some rosiness to my cheeks, I guess.
Are you going to account for the mood skin part? Since he has the mood skin, will the dish change colors?
Well, of course, even though you're dead and grounded, you still have the eons of, obviously, his planet
Yes.
still coming through in death.
Oh, very good.
The air fryer, when it comes to particular planets who are eaten, they keep their natural state after death, usually.
Usually.
Now, from what I understand, Trellis, from your particular planet, you're definitely dead, but the color keeps changing. So if you're in the air fryer and air is around you, hot air, it's much more of a display. So
Oh, that sounds beautiful.
if they wanted to have some of you, I would basically do like a table of 20 here,
Oh, yes.
and use obviously 42,
Yes.
particularly if it's you
Yes.
I killed and cooked, because
Yes.
this is your table.
How appropriate.
Yeah, have 20 people at the table, and then put the air fryer in the middle of the table, and then turn it on and just watch you glow until you're thoroughly cooked.
What a wonderful tribute that would be. I'm hungry. I'm hungry and amazed just thinking about it.
Do you know? Would I come out sizzling, like kind of like a fajita?
Oh.
Because I'd like to add another sense to it of the auditory as opposed to visual.
It's already sizzling. You're watching it cook at the air fryer, so it's like a hibachi. You go and take it and you fry it up. Now I can at your request, if I'm going to kill you.
If this is sounding like a wonderful proposition so far.
If I killed you and cooked you at your table, that would be labeled for you. And you want it this way, then I can definitely do a hibachi style at the table.
Oh, you could be here at the table. Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I would cook this way.
It's a dinner and a show.
It's dinner and a show, and then I would have the beards play behind me.
Oh,
Yes. Oh, wonderful.
I'm
Now-
liking this so much.
Would it be too much to set him on fire?
He would already be set on fire if he's on the hibachi, Horatio.
I've heard with some ways cook. Don't put me in the ground and cook me, because I want people to see the whole thing. Like Horatio said, it's got to be a show.
So you have said it, so it will be done.
I want to be rolled up into a burrito.
Horatio, I picture you more of just being in a crock pot and taking all day to cook.
Oh, that could work.
Or slow roasted, no, low and slow.
Slow and slow. Oh, definitely.
I think you could probably get several meals out of me.
Oh, that and the fact of all the fat that's, you'll be in every meal.
Used to make soups, possibly, and the bones. And
Soups,
people making sandwiches, having to take Horatio sandwiches to work for a month after the holiday's over.
a jambalaya. Definite jambalaya.
A jumbo
Liar.
I'm making me hungry. I am making me hungry right now.
So basically, it would be, if we were doing a jambalaya, we need okra. We got to get okra.
The talk show host, Okra.
Okra.
Okra, the talk show host. I would be fine. She seems very lovely. If you mix that in with me, I don't. She might not like that, but I would be honored by it.
Okra is much more of a sponsor than she would be a meal. I don't want to go and cook a possible sponsor.
No, that's a good idea.
But this has made me so hungry that I'm a little jealous because I'm gonna have to be dead for this to happen, and I'm not gonna get to enjoy myself.
Oh,
I am excited. This is the most excited I think I've been in a while. I think I might want to throw another idea in there though. Is I could clone myself. You could cook the clone.
True.
all right.
This is important. A very important point.
Yes, listen up.
Clones never taste as sinewy and delicious as the original.
That's true.
I can get that. I get that. But it would give me a chance to at least get an idea of what I'm going to taste like.
That makes a lot of sense.
How about we kill you, cook you, eat you, and then we just hang around with the clone?
That's wrong.
But the thing is...
Horatio, that's wrong.
It's still not going to be as funny as me or interesting.
Or interesting, or have the same eyes.
I know, but it would be...
And what happens when it malfunctions?
I think we're forgetting about the taste factor.
Taste factor is important.
That Trellis would taste better than the clone, but you can hang out with either one.
But have you ever been to a fast food galactic restaurant?
Oh, well, yes.
And it's so delicious when it comes out.
Oh, yes.
And by week
Oh.
72, it doesn't taste the same because they cloned it
Yes.
for weeks to weeks to weeks till the original one doesn't taste like the
True. That's very true.
But I do agree with Trellis. I would love for you to clone yourself. Then I'll lob its head off
Oh, no.
and cook it and see if it glows the same way you would possibly glow. Because I have cooked your people before.
It's true, Trellis. I didn't want to tell you, but...
Oh, you guys are very sinewy and delicious.
Yes. Now, I want to back the train up a little bit here to Horatio. You said you didn't want to
True.
tell me. So that kind of
Yes.
implied to me that you've had some Glenndarians before.
I think I did.
Oh, you would know.
I'm not sure. All I know is it was glazed. It was glazed meat.
Unfortunately, Trellis, I have to go and taste things to make sure people won't, I apologize.
No apologies necessary. You're doing your job.
There was a little bit of chew to it. I had to chew a little bit extra.
Oh, Trellis's people are not chewy.
Oh no, the meat did not just fall off the bone. It took a lot of work to get it off the bone.
Oh, that's a Glorak.
Oh, I'm relieved. A Glorak, yes, that would be the substitute.
I feel much better knowing that my people are easy to eat.
Easy to eat, and again, it's the sinewyiness of your people.
I have a potential name for the Trellis clone. It's called the Impossible Trellis Burger.
Tastes and smells and cooks just like dog meat. And you know what you need to put on that to make it taste less dog meat? Tons and tons of cumin to mask that smell and taste.
Maybe I should start sprinkling that on Horatio just to cover up the smell. The taste I'm not worried about so much right now, but
I use cumin like talc.
You should. I mean, it's every time when I walk by this table, to say hello fast before I go back in the kitchen.
Jump out of the shower, cumin up.
Well, you smell. You can't help that, but I understand that. On our planet, just from the smell alone is offensive. You would get your head lopped off.
Oh my, I won't go there then because I like having my head blurred in.
Well, I've learned a lot today.
I have.
You've been dispensing the knowledge to us. We have been absorbing
And
it.
the moral of the story of me being here talking to you from out of the kitchen is never eat your own.
Don't cook your own, don't eat your own.
Typing that in.
Even if it's the
All right.
only thing that person has to serve you, just at that point say no. I ate before I came.
Fantastic. I'm hitting enter and submitting. There we go. All right, Beth, this has been fantastic. I'm so glad you didn't just dart by and you were finally able to join us in the booth.
I am extremely happy to finally be in this booth.
Glad we finally talked to you.
Oh, that's very kind.
Also, we have a parting gift for you. We're
yes.
trying to get back. We bought some special Hairnetlandia hair products for you. We have an assortment
Yes.
here in this gift bag.
They're so rare on this planet.
We special ordered them through the gift shop.
Oh,
And
excuse me. Do you see the shiny?
Yes.
Do you see how my hair is shining?
Oh, that's how you cry.
Oh.
that's going to frizz up.
Oh, that is.
There's 2 of everything for you.
I'm gonna use all of this and cornroll my shells right now.
Oh, you honor us. You honor us. I'm so glad we did this.
And just for that, bring out an entire vat of Wham Bam sauce for the 2 of them.
Oh.
Unnecessary, but much appreciated.
You're so welcome.
I'm going to wallow in it. That might help my smell. Thank you for joining us for Hitchhikers and Appetizers. And of course, special thanks goes to our guest, Beth. I have been Horatio Zinn.
And I continue to be Trellis Gardeen. Until next time, keep your towels clean, and if your babblefish goes on the fritz, you can always try communicating via interpretive dance. So don't panic.
Everything you heard in this episode was improvised, but not everything improvised was heard. This episode of Hitchhikers and Appetizers featured the voice talents of Mike Gorgone as Trellis Gardeen, Bran Peacock as Horatio Zinn, and Shaun Landry as Beth the head chef. Finally, Hitchhikers and Appetizers is part of the Improv in Action Network. Check out other great improvised podcasts and projects at improvinaction.com. If you'd like to reach out to Trellis or Horatio, you can send electronic messages to them at our Galaxy address, hitchappspodcast@gmail.com. Or you can find them on Twitter with the handle hitchapps.
Shut up and sit down.